And just like that, we are back with Chapter 78 of the Universe according to Mugsy. Today is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. I am Mugsy the Creator. I am incredibly lucky to be coming to you, bringing you this podcast, talking about the current events, the culture, and the consciousness. Each week, climbing the ladder of the current events that play out before you. Where did they come from? Where did these things that play out in three-dimensional reality come from? They come from the culture. And that culture you contribute to. You contribute to that culture just a little bit with your own individual consciousness. But some of you probably don't enjoy this podcast. Some of you guys are not enjoying the show that's going on. And don't you worry about it. I have good news for you. I would like to address you first, my friends. When you get inside of the pod and you eat the bugs, it will be better than you could have ever imagined. That's what they're offering you. If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to face this reality and have the discussions that we're having, that's fine. It's going to be amazing. I got a little tiny taste of it last night. I got a little tiny taste of it the day before, the last few days, because what happened to me, what was really interesting is we're all a product of our own success. And man, I wanted to celebrate Christmas in July, so I got myself a brand spanking new system. It just came out. I got to be one of the first in the country to have it. It's called a PlayStation 5. It is so unbelievably amazing. I see it. I see it all playing out right before my eyes. Oh my God. This is so much better than the one before that, the PlayStation 4, which I've been playing for 20 years at this point. This is so much better. And this is all technology that's out today, which means they have versions 40 years into the future because that's how it always is. That's how it always plays out. And who is they? I don't know. I honestly don't know who they are. But it is funny. As amazing and unbelievably fast as the PlayStation 5 is, it blew my mind. It's still pretty much the exact goddamn same thing. It is. It kept me entertained for hours and hours and hours. Oh, my God. I thought about canceling this entire podcast. I thought about divorcing my wife and telling my family I'm done with them because right now and forever, I am going to focus on the UFC 5 until I am the baddest motherfucker in the universe just playing this game because it feels so much like it's me. It gets my adrenaline going. It gets my competitive juices evoked out of me. The blue light that's hitting me. I don't even know what time it is. It feels exactly like I'm inside a casino. I look at my watch, it's 9 o'clock. Then all of a sudden, next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there were children that have been crying. I don't know if there was laundry to be done. I haven't eaten in hours. And this is what it's going to be like all jacked up on steroids when they offer you the pod with the bugs, like Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. It's going to be so much better than that. It's going to be like climbing inside the PlayStation 5, putting on the suit, and you're not going to want to fight anybody, right? You're going to want to fuck or talk to some crazy people that you wouldn't be able to talk to or fly around and do some shit. You're going to feel like you're doing all of it, all inside some sort of fake box. That's what they're selling you. That's, of course, what they're going to be selling you in the future. It's what they're selling you now. It's what they've always been selling you because it's just sucking your time and energy. It's sucking your time and energy out of you. Where's it going? I don't know. It's going into the void. It's going into nowhere. It's going into la-di-da land. They're programming you to be more like whatever games you're playing. I happen to be playing the UFC. It's why I think about front kicking everybody every time they walk up at me because it's my favorite move in UFC. All right? The front kick is just so readily accessible at all times. Just back you up, all right? Keep you away from my dangerous zones. Why do I think about doing it to humans all the time now? It's because I've been playing that goddamn game for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. I wonder what my life would be like if I chose Call of Duty Black Ops. I wonder what I'd be thinking about doing all the time. All the time just wanting to what people? What would I be thinking about wanting to do to people? I don't know what that game's about. We are such easily programmable humanoid robots. Or that's what they've been referring to us as from the 1960s. This time I know who they are. I know who they are. Our politicians. They've been referring to us since the 60s as humanoid programmable robots. Wow. That's how I know PlayStation 5 isn't that good. It's like when Elon Musk bought Twitter, and then all of a sudden people realized, oh, you can make this better if you want. It doesn't always have to get worse over time. That's right. There's a thing called product development. It used to happen when there was competition in the marketplace. That was before all the monopolies took over. All the monopolies took over, and they programmed your mind to think, oh, UFC 5 is really that much different than UFC 4 because you can get a gash across your head and like somebody comes in the ring and they think about stopping it. They're exactly the same. Oh, amazing, though. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. You need it. My buddy, the Kidney Cowboy, reminded me of that. He said they do studies on doctors and surgeons and brain surgeons and neurosurgeons all the time, and that playing video games does something to the wiring in your brain with your hand-eye coordination. For some reason, surgeons are better. So that is all the information that I needed to convince myself to have a little Christmas in July and buy myself a PS5, because I need a vacation too from looking at all this reality and deconstructing it for you guys in real time. Doing the thing that so few of us can do. That's why I had to pull myself out of it. I didn't want to join the Blue Light Brigade. I have been a part of that club, as many of you don't even know what I'm talking about. What is it? Walk down the street at night and look in the windows of the apartment buildings or the houses or wherever it is that you live, where there's people around. You're going to see this blue light glow. You can see it from the windows, and you know exactly what's going on. Someone is stuck. They're stuck inside one of those vortexes, those portals, that energy suck, that time suck, this vortex. Okay, that's the programmable shit, the time machine, all the stuff that no one is worried about. Since the development of nuclear weapons, everyone seems to have their entire energy and attention right on nukes. But that's not how it's going to come at you. They're going to find a way inside your house. They're going to listen to everything that you're saying, and they're going to find ways to subtly push you in the direction, in whatever direction that they want. And who are they? I don't know. What are you into? All right? Is it the PlayStation 5 like me? I don't know why I'm into that. I don't know why I'm into the UFC so much. Who knows? All right? The only other game I got was NHL. Am I programmed by all the people in Boston to just love hockey? It's got something to do with that, right? There's a reason I didn't pick up fucking Pokemon, because that's a different programming that I didn't get. I didn't pick up on that in my area, my neck of the woods. That's where we're all at. You can see it. You can see it in people and how they attack the world, how they move about their everyday reality. Are they exhausted? Are they fiending for something they can't wait to get a fix of? What could that be? Is it a cell phone? Is it Twitter? Oh, is it TikTok? Is that scroll? Does that scroll comfort you? Or does it really surround you with the anxiety? The anxiety of I don't know what I should do. There's so many things. There's so many options. There's so many things. Let me just look at them all. There's somebody behind there sending you things on purpose. It may be an algorithm, but it's programmed by a human. You can guarantee your damn self that. Now, that human may be a fucking channel for some dark energy that's coming in through another dimension, and that's truly the danger of allowing anyone else to program you. Oh, it took me so long to relax into my own algorithm and choose things that I want to watch and allow the algorithm to promote some things to me. Do you know how exhausting it is? Going on the internet every single day, knowing exactly what you're looking for and not seeing anything else. It's so hard. It's so hard because you need to train yourself to not notice the other things or tune them out. If you're not devoting that much energy to it, it's because you're caught right in the rhythm of people selling you things or twisting you into different versions of yourself that you really aren't. Because every day we brush up next to the highest dimensional versions of ourselves, and we feel it. right? It's in the decisions. It's in the consciousness. It's in our ability to be like, should I do this or should I do that? I'm going to do the thing that I always do. Well, what about that other thing? What about that other thing that you could do? And if you stop for a minute, there's another one. I guess I didn't even think that I could do that, or I could do this thing over here. These are all the dimensional versions of yourself where if you choose to take that path and do something in a different way, you are connecting to that different dimensional version. You're going to have to try on a lot before you figure out what fits best. But that's really all we're doing here, is trying to figure out what fits best on us. What patterns work best for me in my individual life, making my own individual choices as I try and be the individual, best individual human that I could be for me alone, for nobody else but me, because I enjoy doing those things. What are the patterns that I need to fall into to brainwash myself first before I allow anyone else to do it? These are the things that we all have to continually redefine in our lives. It's something that I have really had to redefine as I moved back into the restaurant industry. It's so fucking amazing being a part of the Village Tavern. Family. It really does feel like a family. We had a meeting for the first time in a long time. We had a meeting. The staff had a meeting at the Village Tavern in Salem, and usually that means change is coming. Something has changed. Something is going to change. The last time we had one of these meetings, we had a brand new management staff. And they told us about all the changes that would be taking place in the restaurant. And no less than 2 weeks later, that entire management staff was gone. We had been retooled and we got a new management staff. All right? That is the flow of the restaurant industry. So when they come in and they drop some paperwork in front of me, I know, oh, great. We're in for a little propaganda. What are they going to hit me with first? Oh, no. What do you think it is? On the vibrational scale, what do you think they're going to hit me with, audience? Do you think it's going to be the highest level of vibration that's going to be praising me, trying to compliment me and get me to move in the direction that they want me to move? Of course not. It's going to be fear. They're reminding me of something that I should already know, this low level of vibrational understanding. Fear that we all are so programmed and tuned into because we're animals, right? We have to. In order to move around in three-dimensional space, we have to be animals and have this animalistic instincts in us to be afraid of things. That's not just a random thing that happens. It's there to protect you, right? So when they hit me and they say, hey, when you walk to your car with a lot of cash in your pocket at night, that's a super dangerous thing. I'm like, oh, you're right. You're getting me into that fear state. Jesus Christ, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Any one of these motherfuckers could rob me at any moment. But it's never happened. Never happened to me. I never told anybody I was walking out with cash, and our environment has moved in more and more of a current towards less cash. So I don't think many people have the idea to rob me at night. In fact, the only people that would have the idea to rob me at night would be someone that I open my fat mouth up about how much cash I walk out of the restaurant with, because most restaurants don't even pay you in cash anymore. We are one of the only restaurants that pay you in cash anymore. Hey, wait a minute. I've already talked myself out of the thing that you just talked me into. Wait, I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of walking to my car with cash. In fact, I would like for you to pay me more money. I would like some more money for the things that I do. I haven't gotten a raise in a while, and I'd like to be walking to my car with more cash. Now, hold on just a minute. Before you finish what you're about to say, you got an audience here. You got an audience here for a minute. So I want to remind you guys, my incentives are aligned with you, okay, people? Are you in there? Are you in there? Do you hear me? My incentives are aligned with you, the audience. All right, guys? That's how I designed this podcast. We have no advertisements. Did you notice that? The first 76 episodes, we have no advertisements. That's because I don't want anyone getting in the way between me and you. In order for me to do that, I need you to go right now to patreon.com/MugsyTheCreator, and I want you to hit subscribe. I want you to sign up right now. That's what we need to do in order for me to stay close to you. Now get back to the episode and whatever you were saying, Mugsy. It's because on the next page, they tell us that for your own safety, keep the cash that's in your pocket. It's probably not that much anyways. You can walk out with that. But all your credit card tips, we're going to take those. We're going to hold on to them for a little while. We're going to pay some people out of those. And then we're going to pay you in a check. All right? So you just ain't got to worry about it. It's going to make your whole life a lot easier. Oh, well, hold up 1 minute. I think my life is pretty easy right now when I have the cash on me at all times. Keep it in my pocket. You show me the credit card tips for the day. You give me all that in cash, and you square that shit up with the government on the other side of things. That works just fine for me. So now what you're telling me is we have a new system in place. We have a new system that's coming in. You're going to take care of paying other people out of the money that I make in the day. I get to keep some cash, but not all my cash. Oh, wait. Hold on, there's an option for that. Oh, so I can walk out of here with all my cash if I want to. Yes, you just have to pay us $1. Wait a minute now. Didn't you start this whole thing by telling me how afraid I should be of walking out of here with cash? And now you are willing to forget all those things for the fee of $1 and the pleasure of allowing you to pay a bunch of people out of the money that I earned with my hard-earned work, my energy that I ran around and did stuff with all day long? I don't know that I like that, because sometimes what I like to do is if somebody in front of me works really, really, really hard and I had such a great day, I like to kick a little of that money to them too. I like to kick a little extra to the host or the busboy or the bartender or whomever, maybe a manager, maybe somebody who is running the line. Maybe I use that money to buy some weed for the dish kid, all right? Maybe it's up to me, because I'm the one that did the work. Because let's not forget, guys, what industry that I chose. It's an interesting industry. It allows me for my tips to go up with inflation. Every time the restaurant gets greedy, so do I, as a waiter. My tips should go up, and it should be proportional to all of that. Right? That's how it works. As the price on the menu, things go up, I'm going to make more money in tips. But don't you guys, you management staff in this restaurant that are getting really entitled and feeling comfortable at yelling at other humans as if they're not humans, forget that you're not the ones paying me. $6 an hour? Okay, $6 an hour is enough. That's not enough for anything. What could that feed me for? Think about that in terms of what I can use that for to provide for myself. $6 an hour is nothing. It's enough to say, I don't mind if you die, as long as it's not in here right now while I need you to do this one last thing. That's what $6 an hour says to me. And the money that I get, the hundreds of dollars that I walk out of restaurants with, that comes from the people that are tipping me. Those are the customers. It's a direct relationship with me and my customers. Got nothing to do with you. I will listen to you. You took all of the risk by opening this restaurant, putting up your hard-earned money, your fucking whatever. You could get sued. I understand that there's a lot of business risk up front. But don't forget, motherfucker, that you ain't paying me shit. And I'll move my shingle across the street, and I'll run this shit for somebody else. It may not be at the best restaurant in town. It may not be in the best I may not make the most money there, but I'll find myself another spot for another guy that's going to treat me like a human being. So as long as my management team understands that, then I'm 100% behind him at all times. I understand, like I just said, that we brush up next to the highest dimensional versions of ourselves at all times. If I sat my individual managers down and I said, guys, were you the most well-rested you had been for that meeting ever? They would say, probably not. Did you take the most time to prepare? Maybe. Maybe you did put a lot of time and preparation in. Maybe you're so exhausted that a lot of things were coming out at the same time. And if we're talking about communication, the people in the room that should always be the most grounded, the most centered, should be the management staff. I should be able to understand that and the coherent patterns that are coming out of them. They should make it feel warm and comfortable for all of the support staff in the room to be able to get on the same page. Because guess what? We're all getting money from the same people. And that's why, it is such a double-edged sword. Because you know what we really did need in that room was some people yelling. Some people yelling and saying, hey, quit fucking around and trying to steal from other people, because that's what we consider it. We consider it stealing, and just so you know, we're watching you. All right? Life's all about balance. So maybe we did need a little bit of the carrot, the stick. All right? But there's got to be some carrot in there too, because too much stick is going to get you a whole new staff to sit down and have this conversation with again next month. It's just the way that it goes. I understand that my value, every day I'm day to day. Every single day I show up to the restaurant, I'm a day-to-day player. That could be my last day. But that's the same way that I show up to life. All right? Which is why I never make my whole life my restaurant life. All right? That's just a balance. That's one dimension of who I am. Not getting caught up in the blue light brigade is something that I have to do, because most people can't sit down here and do this, which is weird. I don't know. It's so easy for me. It's so easy for me and my friends to sit down here and have these discussions, because what I'm doing is not unique. Anyone has access to it. However, most people don't choose to have this discussion, this conversation, allow this information to move through you. A couple of my friends are pretty great at it. I mean, Theo Vaughn, Tim Dillon, Bill Burr, all of them do their own individual take on the same exact thing that I'm doing, channeling some sort of energy and information and allowing it to come through them, allowing their lens to come down and be their authentic versions of themselves for you to see plainly, for them to just have a discussion with something. It's an audience, sure. There's someone behind the screen, but there's also more than just me here. I'm not the only one having this discussion. Some energy is moving through me. I would venture to guess they say the same thing. Some people call it the id, just that thing that you interact with. It comes to you in certain moments, and certain moments it's so hard to find. It escapes you. And when they've lost this, you see it in baseball, like a hitter's lost his swing or a pitcher's lost his touch. This is the same thing that we're doing. You've lost this ability to interact with this thing that exists, yes, in this third dimension, which is how it comes through you when you're sitting in front of a camera or talking into a microphone, but it's also a part of you, right? And it can choose to leave and show up at any moment. So what is it really? It's all you. It's all you in the moments that you decide to show up. And that's really where the magic is, when we all decide to show up in the present moment. That is what aligns our past and our future. And we utilize the magic of whoever we're working with, right, to try and balance out the moment and figure out the best course of action based on each of our individual talents, all right? Because I don't mind when someone comes into the restaurant and starts bossing me around. In fact, sometimes I think I like the structure a little bit. All right, go get the plates. That's great. But other times, it's a little too much. It's just a little too much. Coming on a little too strong. I am an adult. I have been doing this for a long time. If you start to micromanage me, I will feel like you're not doing this for the best of the group. How did we get back to restaurants from Theo, Tim, and Billy Burr? All right? It's all aligning the different aspects of ourselves, almost as if like we're sanding a table down, right? Except for it's us. That's what self-work is. It's going inside and figuring out the aspects of yourself that you don't necessarily love. The shadow sides of yourself that are no more or less a part of you than any of the light that you choose to share with others. But it is the integration of understanding that our shadow is no more or less us than our light that allows us to not be so afraid of other people's darkness, right? As long as they've found ways to integrate it. These things should be obvious as you move about the world. You should be able to see these people. They should look like they're not struggling. They should always have friends and family around them. They should always be in moments of abundance. They should be giving away freely and not asking for anything in return. If you are lucky enough to have one of these people in your life, you already know what patterns to copy. The issue is you don't want to go to the place in yourself to figure out why you can't have the things that they have. Why are things so easy for them? They're in a different pattern altogether. In the quantum world, they've used their energy to start a momentum. Momentum that is going to carry them forward on a path that things are just going to look easy for. Right? It just looks so easy. I didn't understand why it was so easy for people to run until I changed the way that I ate. And then I lost all the weight that was preventing me from being able to run in the exact same way that they did. In a very healthy way, controlling my breath, slowing down my mind as I'm trying to move my body, slowing down even the present moment so that time slows down. And I can accomplish more even in a shorter amount of time because I'm having a completely different experience than everyone else. That's really how these things develop. That's really how they unfold. When you start to do the work, it starts to pay off, and it reflects in all of the things that you notice because it's now being filtered through a lens that you worked on, that you chose. That is the cup half full or half empty. It is your own decision. Understanding that there are days when you want to look at it as half empty. But it's your choice to see it as half full. And if you are able to convince yourself that it's half full before you even think about the fact that it's half empty, that is going to be its own self-fulfilling prophecy that carries forward for you. But it's only going to happen that way if you're able to get comfortable being uncomfortable and you're not surrounded by all of that anxiety and all of those emotions that prevent you from being present. When you sit down and you are silent, what are the things that come up? Those are the different versions of yourself through time that you've ignored. That energy has been built up. These are things that you need to process. You need to get rid of. Otherwise, your hard drive is full. You need a bigger hard drive. You got to fill yourself up with food, right? Or alcohol, or drugs, or ego, or something else. You got to fill yourself up with something to provide yourself more space. Because that's all we really are. Computers and a hard drive and energy, having this experience that is information that is recorded. And now, all of a sudden, these scientists are realizing we have so much information. All of a sudden, the weight in the universe is actually going up a little bit. How is that possible? How the hell is the weight in the universe? The mass? Is that what you're saying? Oh, so information has mass? Well, that's interesting because now we're back to E equals MC squared. How do we keep coming back to this equation? There is a relationship between energy and mass. So you're telling me information is just energy. When recorded, it has mass. And that mass is having an effect on the mass of the universe because we're creating dark matter. What is all this? How? This is all fake. At least we know that now. At least we know that all this is fake now and stop trusting our eyes. Because that's what they're looking for. They're trying to record, get closer to our eyeballs, and record more of that so they can change our own emotional state and keep us in these blue light boxes that I do not want to identify or be a part of. So many people are going to love it, though, I promise you. If my experience with the PlayStation 5 is 1/1000th of what it's going to be for any of you guys hopping into the pod with the bugs, it's going to be great. Shit. I hope I'm at a point in my life where I get the opportunity to make that decision for myself. Because here's one thing that I can guarantee you that I don't do every day, is I don't read through those big bills that they have in Congress to see if they're adding any grasshopper protein to the regular meat that I eat. So I could be very well full of half grasshoppers right now. I could already be eating the bugs. I could have already gotten inside the pod. This could be that whole experience right now. Oh, wait a minute. What do you think reality is? Take back your consciousness. I love you guys. I'm out. If you want to find out where else you can listen to this broadcast and you're a human, you can go to MugsyTheCreator.com. If you're a robot, I got nothing for you. I mean, unless you can subscribe over here or you can click this playlist. If you're a robot, you can do that. That would definitely help. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Thanks a lot, guys.